Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever playthrough of a game. Because it's Morrowind's 20th anniversary, I decided to go with this game. Morrowind actually has it plays a huge part in my life now. I first played the game when I was 10 years old and I'm 30 years old now, so every now and then I tend to stick on the game, but I never end up actually getting anywhere major with it. I'll just slap it on, go up a few levels, do a few quests, and then that'll be it. I'll just move on to something else. But this time around, I plan on actually going through the main quest and hopefully some of the faction quests as well. I do have a few mods installed, and I'm using OpenMW, which is from my experience, far more stable than the original game nowadays, especially on newer operating systems. So I've decided to go with this, but I haven't got anything major, nothing that greatly overhauls the gameplay experience. Just enough to make it a bit of a fresh experience. So I'm just going to click New. And we'll just watch this cutscene.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison. First by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Alright, so I've already got a character planned out. So I'm just going to put a name in. I believe it's... Oh, bloody hell. Had caps.com then. So it's Lunara Ventris. Now she's an Imperial and she's a scout. I'll explain a bit more of her backstory later on. I'll just get the character generation out of the way first, so we can just quickly get into the game.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
Yeah, for those who...
Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Yeah, for those who have played the later games and have heard of Saint Jib, the cliff racer, the destroyer of cliff racers, you might have met him in the Soul Cairn.
You better do what they say.
Yeah, that's the same Jib. And yes, if it's anybody who's into like Warhammer 40,000, they'll probably know where I got the last name Ventris from. He actually got a model about a year ago, I think it was now. Probably a little less than a year.
As civil as possible.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and it'll show you to the census office.
Increase the view distance a little bit as well. Nothing major, just doubled its maximum view distance. So you're not seeing like distant land or anything, because I feel like that would be a bit too much. Morrowind is actually a very small game world, so you'd be able to notice that straight away.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Right, so Imperial, female. I've kept with the vanilla faces. I haven't modded any new faces in. I've upscaled all the textures and whatnot, but... oh, sorry, tell a lie. I've got Tamriel Rebuilt installed, so I think that comes with its own faces, yeah. So, yeah, so I've got some extra faces that are a bit more true to the original faces. Well, that's pretty good. A little bit of war paint on the side there. Yeah, why not? I'll go with this one. I did have red here in my sort of head when I... Maybe not this one though. God, that is perfectly... Bloody hell. That is perfectly cut there. Oh, another red here. There's one of the sad things is you have to just pick from preset here. It's not like the later games where it's all just... Is that? No, that's brown hair. Okay. It's not just like the newer games where... No, that's not too bad. It's pretty cool. Put that on the maybe pile along with the others, see what we got here. But yeah, it doesn't have any... you can't just select the colour of your hair, it's all like preset, which is a bit of a shame. Man, I'd love to see a remake of Morrowind one day where it just had like a full face customizer and stuff like that. That, you know, like, nothing too... I've always said, like, if he ever remade Morrowind, you know what, I'm going to go with this one. But yeah, if he ever remade Morrowind...
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
I'd want them to, like, stay loyal to some of the game, like... Because I know that there's a lot of good mechanics in the more modern games, and yeah, if you're new to Elder Scrolls, new to, like, you know, you're not, like, Morrowind was a bit before your time, I can see why it'd be very frustrating to get into Morrowind, and I'll show you why in a bit. We'll just get this over with.
We've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So, I said I was a scout. Yeah, specialization, combat, speed and endurance, sneak, long blade, medium armor. Ah, medium armor. Ah, man, I wish they didn't remove that. It's just the perfect in between. Athletics, block. That should be helping with my. Because yeah, your walking speed's pretty slow to start off with, so that'll help. Marksman, alchemy, alteration, light armor, and unarmored. Again, another skill that I really appreciated in Morrowind that unfortunately just didn't make the cut in later games. It's basically just your armor points for not wearing armor. So it was really useful for like mages or people who just wanted to wear just clothing instead of armor. It was really cool. Alteration, I like that as well. Like they actually put in like a magic school that really makes sense for scouts because you know they can unlock doors with it. They can walk across water, breathe in water, basically increase their jumping height and levitate and stuff like that. Really useful for a scout. So yeah, it's pretty logical. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Ooh, now this is something I didn't think about. I always seem to forget about the birth signs in Elder Scrolls, and they can play a pretty cool part in your character creation. Not that one. These are all like magic based. That is a hefty buff. That's 50 points worth of attributes there. Personality and endurance. I'll put that on a maybe pile because that is definitely a useful thing to have, especially earlier on. Especially when you're like trying to get better bargains and stuff like that. No, that personality boost will go a long way. The Lord, weakness to fire, restore health 2 points for 30 seconds on self. That'd be... No, actually. Because if I remember correctly, there's a lot of creatures and enemies and stuff like that that use fire spells later on, and that will screw me over. So, and that health restoration spell will not be worth that. So no, that's definitely a no from me. Fortify agility by 25 points. That's more of a thief class in it, so it's, I don't think it'd be useful to have. Paralysation for 60 seconds, that's not too bad, but the damage fatigue for 200 points. If anybody knows what Morrowind's combat's like, basically the less fatigue you've got, the more likely you are to miss attacks. So yeah, I'm going to paralyze somebody for 60 seconds, but I'm going to be spending that 60 seconds catching my bloody breath back just to try and hit them. So no, I don't think I'll bother with that one. Mage, it's mage-based thing, so I'm not going to bother with that either. So that's a better restore health spell. The ritual, restore health 100 points for 1 second on self, and that's a power, so that'll be a once per day sort of thing. So wait, I'm going to go back to the which one was it? Was it a Lord? Ah, that's a spell. Right, okay. I thought that was a once a day sort of thing. I was going to be like, that's not worth it, but if it's a spell, that's not too bad. It's still a very weak spell to have later on. Well, I'd imagine, like, you'd have better things by the time that gets irrelevant. So yeah, where was I? The ritual. So yeah, and these are spells. That'd be pretty handy to have fighting undead. I love how it gives you a touch-based one and a target-based one. The Serpent, poison 3 points for 30 seconds on touch, damage health 1 point for 30 seconds on self. So basically you poison somebody else and poison yourself in the process. So I don't... I mean, I suppose it's only 30 points of health, but then again, that definitely would not be worth having at a lower level, because I think it's like 45 to 50 points you start with of health, so that's like most of your health gone in 30 seconds. Shadow, invisibility for 60 seconds on self, very useful to have, as long as you don't interact with anything. The Steed, 45 attribute speed for 25 points. That's actually a very common sign to pick in Morrowind, just because you, like I said before, you slow running speed. Thief, Sanctuary. Sanctuary basically that allows you to dodge attacks better. So Morrowind's combat overall is basically just a roll. It's a roll-based system, so it's kind of like dice roll mechanics in a 3D game. So you do like some of it will be hits, some of it will be misses. You'll be taking swings, and that's what frustrates people a lot, because it's a 3D game. So visually you're hitting them, but the game mechanics are telling you no, you're not hitting them, you're missing them, and that's where a lot of the source of a lot of people's frustration comes from. But if you can get through that, I don't think it's that bad to get used to. Just make sure you use the right weapons for your character, you know, what they're skilled in and stuff, and for the most part you'll hit them, unless you're really unlucky. The Tower, that's a very handy skill to have early on. That's also those are also very handy spells to have as well. The Warrior, 45 attack. Now, I'm very rusty on this, but I'm pretty sure attack is it's the opposite to Sanctuary, so it increases your likelihood of hitting. That's what attack does, which makes sense. It, you know, because that's the polar opposite to the Thief, so it would kind of balance it out a bit. I think I'm gonna go with the Lady, because that endurance buff would be pretty good, and that personality buff will really help me get better prices for my gear and stuff like that.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
So, name Lunara Adventurous, Imperial Scout, and birth signs a Lady. Yep, 45 health. And yeah, that's basically my character sheet, and 75 personality and endurance. See, I told you that's from level 1. That's a very impressive buff.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
I'll show you a little trick as well. If you're new to the game and you ever feel like playing Morrowind, there's this platter here, and it's worth 650 gold. Now, you won't get 650 gold for selling it. Like, obviously, there's merchant's disposition and stuff like that, and your mercantile skill. So you'll get a little less, but you'll still get probably at least, I'd say, about 500 gold for it, which is really, really good earlier on. And what you do is, you basically... I was going to go with a character that wasn't going to steal because of a backstory, but I'll show you the trick. Basically, you steal it, and then just as you nick it and they tell you off for it, you drop it before the guard gets to you, and the guard will tell you off, and then you can just pick the platter back up like it never happened, basically. And then you can just walk out the building and sell it. And there you go, boom, easy 500 gold to start you off with. It'll make you save a little less.
Building and talk to
Okay, Sellus Gravius. But yeah, I don't want to do this because my character's basically my character's backstory is she grew up in Skingrad, was raised by her adoptive family, which plays into the whole unknown parents thing. And she loved to explore. As a kid, she always used to sneak out the city gates and go exploring in the wilderness around Skingrad. And she grew up, became a member of the Imperial Legion, and then she was a scout for the Imperial Legion, and she came across some incriminating evidence against her superior officer. Her superior officer was corrupt as hell, and she got some evidence against him. He found out, unfortunately, and framed her for a crime she didn't commit. And then she was thrown in jail, and a few months later she was shipped off to Morrowind, and here we are. So yeah, we'll take all the stuff we need to take. So the Flynn, all the stuff that's owned is red, so we won't take that. Yeah, this is basically just tutorial stuff, telling you how to equip stuff and things like that. There we go, that stuff's red, so that's just a note. Friskar, don't forget I've forgotten our wager. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scout's claw by morning. Okay, well, the dagger's mine now. Also, yeah, if you're not actually like role playing, then yeah, feel free to take all of that stuff because all of that stuff is very valuable. It's like silverware, so. Yeah, that's just telling you you've got a magical ring. It's not very useful.
Your papers, please.
Excuse me. Sellus Gravius. First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I'm Sellus Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are free, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Casades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Casades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. Cool, cool. And yeah, you can ask him about stuff like his background and Balmora and stuff like that. I actually have a funny story about this. So I'll ask him about Balmora. Balmora is north of Seydanine. The road passes Pelagiad village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes for Fort Mumoth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The Southwall Corner Club is southeast Balmora, on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elum the Scout at Aurealia's trade house here in Seydanine. But take my advice, you're new here. Take the Silk Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it. And this is where the funny story comes from, because back when I was a kid, when I got this game for the first time, I got Morrowind in Christmas 2002 for the Xbox. I got it with my Xbox. I got a copy of Morrowind, Halo, Combat Evolved, and a little racing game called Midtown Madness 3, I believe it was. People could probably remember that game. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was. I think that's what it was called anyway. And yeah, I remember getting into this game and just being like, it. It was. I just didn't talk to people enough. And this game, in this sort of game, when you're trying to find somewhere, the easiest way to find something is to talk to somebody, like talk to a scout or something like that, and get the location marked on your map. But I didn't do that. I just left Seydanine and just went off exploring, got completely lost. I think I ended up going. I'll show you where I ended up going. But yeah, this is where the tutorial ends.
How do you do?
And I'll show you something else as well. You talk to this guy, Fargoth. Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before the weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring. Family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? And yeah, this is the same ring that you just found in the barrel. You can either tell him no and keep the ring, or you can tell him that you found it and give it back to him. Now, I highly recommend this for people who have for people who want like a pretty decent start. This is actually a good option, and I'll show you why in a minute. You found it. Amazing. Thank you, thank you. You are now my favourite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Aurelia, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now. So yeah, his disposition raised to 100. And you are now his favourite friend. Aww. But yeah, this trade house here, it's the only trade house in Seydanine. It's the only place where you sort of like do business, basically.
Greetings.
Greetings to you too. And yeah, he wasn't joking when you talked to Aurelia.
If you wish to talk, it is really no trouble at all.
His disposition is also at 100. Now, it's a little less of a raise to Fargoth, but because of that massive personality increase that I picked for my birth sign, it's increased to 100 now. I should be able to get like really decent prices on everything now. So yeah, it's a very good start to give him the ring. So welcome to Aurealia's trade house. I'm Aurelia, publican and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. You're a new face here. If you want to buy from me, you have to barter. If you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions, our most popular scrolls? And yeah, you can just ask people about latest rumours and stuff, and that's how you get most of the quests in this game. I heard that Hriskar upstairs is having some financial troubles. Can't seem to win a wager these days. So yeah, we'll just get some gear for my character. We'll start with Flynn. Pretty decent gold. I'll keep a candlestick just in case if I need it for dark places and whatnot. My character's not skilled with short blades, so we'll sell that as well. Let's have a look at what we've got. Now, you don't have that much to begin with. I've only got 87 gold and plus the 77 that I'm going to get, so... So we take this, is it chitin? Is that how you pronounce it? I've never heard the word before, so I apologise if I pronounce that wrong. Nordic ring mail. That's medium armour. My character should be good at that. Imperial chain. You know what? We'll just go with the light armor for now. So we'll go with the chitin. It's actually really. It's one of my favourite armors actually. It just looks so cool, especially the helmet, which unfortunately it doesn't look like it sells. So that's 5 gold. It's costing me. I do need a sword, so we'll see. The saber, iron saber. That's only worth 24 gold, so that might be worth having. That's only worth 30 gold, but it does a little less than the saber. I think, yeah, the saber is probably easy. And it's cheap. It's cheaper as well, so yeah. Let's go with the saber. So that's 23 gold. You know what? We'll buy the gauntlets as well. So that's a shield, gauntlets, saber, the pauldrons, the cuirass, boots. Unfortunately, no greaves. Aurelia doesn't seem to be a big fan of greaves unless it's heavy armor. Oh, healing potions. We need healing potions. Always top up your healing potions. Is this all he's got? Bloody hell. Okay, we'll take the bargain ones, but they're not very good. I suppose it's better than nothing. We'll take both on them. We'll just equip them. This can get tedious, by the way. There we go.
Is there something you need?
We'll ask her about latest rumours. My cousin claimed he saw a city in the water near Normok. He's a drunkard though and spends too much time in the sun. It could be worth knowing at some point. Although city in the water near Normok sounds like something my character probably wouldn't be able to handle at this point. So
What's this all about?
Ah yes, Riskar Flatfoot, the guy with the supposed financial troubles. You look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town. I'm just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? No, my character's not really a big fan of corruption, since corruption's really screwed her over. Like, you do get paid a bit of gold, though, so I do recommend it, like, if, you know, you're not bothered about that sort of thing, I do recommend it to get that bit of extra gold. But, no, I don't think I'm going to bother with that. Fargoth set me up with decent prices, so just wouldn't feel right screwing him over like that. No? Well, I'll find someone else to do it, then. And yeah, that pretty much closes the quest at that point. You can decline quests in Morrowind, so...
Today is your lucky day, so let's hear it.
So he's Rathlod the Braggart. You'll need to say it in E right. I'm Rathlod the Braggart. I'm sure you have questions. Go ahead, ask. I have plenty of time. A friend of mine says you have to visit the House of Earthly Delights in Suran. Anybody knows the House of Earthly Delights is basically the closest thing this place has got to like a gentleman's club, as it were. Go ahead, you're not interrupting anything. I'm alone, scouts. You need directions. Pelagiad, Balmora, Caldera, Ebonheart, Vivec. Balmora? Balmora is a district seat of House Lolu and the largest settlement in Vvardenfell after Vivec City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. From Balmora, roads lead north to Alrune through the town of Caldera. Maybe I'd better write down the directions to Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah, the story I was going to tell about, like, me getting lost. Yeah, I just didn't bother talking to these people. So I just went on ahead, carried on going all the way up to, for Morrowind fans who know, Laud. I ended up going through there, and obviously I crossed the river that I could have followed down into Balmora. I ended up passing that all the time, carried on going to Laud, and then obviously beyond that fishing village is if you're a level 1 character, is there's just nothing but misery waiting for you over there. It's not a great experience at all if you're only level 1, so I don't recommend it. So yeah, follow the directions and you know, just try not to get lost in the middle of the Bitter Coast region. It's not a pleasant place to get lost in. We'll just get all these places out of the way as well, so then I've got decent markings on my map. Caldera is a recently chartered imperial town and mining corporation north of Balmora on the road to Alrune. The Caldera Mining Company has been granted an imperial monopoly to remove raw ebony from the rich deposits here. Caldera is a new town, recently built in the Western Imperial style, and most of the citizens are outlanders and new colonists. Good stuff. Ebonheart. Ebonheart is south on the road from Pelagiad. Built on the western shore of water-founded city of Vivec, Ebonheart is the seat of imperial government for Vvardenfell district and a busy centre of maritime trade. Castle Ebonheart is the home of Duke Vidam Dren, the district's ruler and emperor's representative. Also located at Castle Ebonheart is the Vvardenfell District Council Chambers and the Hawkmoth Legion Garrison. The East Empire Company has its headquarters in Ebonheart. Pelagiad is a newly chartered imperial village on the road north from Vivec and Balmora, right on the western edge of the Ascadian Isles region. The village is right outside the Imperial Legion garrison at Fort Pelagiad. The houses and shops are built in the Western Imperial style, and Pelagiad looks more like a village in the Western Empire than a Morrowind settlement. And Vivec City is south on the road from Pelagiad. Vivec is the largest settlement on Vvardenfell and one of the largest cities in the east. Built on Norvain Bay, completely surrounded by water, the city itself is a group of giant town-sized buildings called cantons. The High Fane and the Palace of Vivec are visited by hundreds of tourists and pilgrims daily. Outlanders mostly confine themselves to the foreign canton, while natives live, work, and shop in the Great House compounds and residential cantons. Latest rumours. I've heard that the local tax collector, Processus Vitellius, is missing. No surprise really, he wasn't well liked around here. It's okay, we can move on from here. I've gotten all I need. And yeah, to follow up from that story I told you, a lot of people are probably thinking, well, why didn't you just take the Silt Strider? Well, remember, I didn't talk to anybody. So when you see a gigantic freaking bug like that, you think, oh crap, that's going to kill me. So you just tend to give it a wide berth because you don't know anything about it, and it's a giant bug. And meanwhile, everything else is trying to kill me here, so I'm going to come to the assumption that that thing's going to want to kill me as well. But yeah. Oh dear, it took me a while to find Balmora. I think I got so lost at one point. I remember doubling. I remember coming back here, coming back to St. Denis to familiarity, and I remember going this way instead. Now, again, Morrowind players will know to follow this path and go up through these hills over here. That leads you to Pelagiad. But I didn't do that. I carried on going straight down there and ended up in Vivec. And I got so lost, I ended up just going around here. And I ended up at Molag Mar at one point. That's how lost I got. Molag Mar. Molag Mar is over here. Balmora is here. Sorry, Balmora is here. I forgot where Balmora was there for a second. But yeah, Balmora is here. Just a short walk. And yeah, this is where I went to start with. I just crossed this river here. I crossed it. You can follow it and go into Balmora. But because I didn't talk to the scout, I didn't get Balmora marked on my map. So I had no idea that I was travelling past Hlaod, which is around about here, I believe, and carrying on through there, and usually dying around about here somewhere, because there's all sorts of things that can make your day very miserable over here. And yeah, he's right next to me all along. Good times, good times. But despite the frustrations and stuff like that, honestly, if it was one game I could play for the first time again, it would be this game. It would be, beyond a shadow of a doubt, just this game. I'd love to play Morrowind for the first time again, because as much as it was frustrating getting lost, there's something fun about it as well. You know, you're just discovering new places and things like that. I don't know. I just enjoyed it. Just enjoyed getting lost. There's not many games that do that nowadays. Yeah, that's where Hlaod and Narmok are, but we don't want to go there. Vivec, Pelagiad, Ebonheart, Balmora. There's also a cave down here as well. It's a good place to get some decent loot to start with. I mean, how are we for money? I don't think I'll be able to afford the Silk Strider anyway. I can give it a try. But I'd love for us to experience this game. I mean... Oh, so we can go. It just... it just bankrupt me a bit if I did. I could go to the other side of Vvardenfell at Nisus if I wanted to as well. But that would bankrupt me. I'd only have a single gold piece to my name.
Why walk when you can ride?
Because I want to experience Morrowind. I don't know. Bit of a dilemma. Yeah, I think I've got my mind set on walking. But we'll visit this cave to start with. Get us some better stuff and whatnot. Yes, I'm a scout as well, so I'll do some scouty stuff. Gather some ingredients. I won't be able to make any potions out of it yet. I'll probably just sell the ingredients. Spend it on training to get my alchemy skill better. And then hopefully make some good potions. So yeah, we'll go through here. Oh! Before I forget. We'll just call it Scout. Oh, caps lock again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out Tamriel Rebuilt as well. The last time I tried out Tamriel Rebuilt was... Oh god, how long ago was it? Well over 10 years ago. Well over 10 years ago that I last tried it. And I think the last time I did try it, I think it was only these bits that actually had like NPCs and quests and stuff like that. It was just this bit here. The rest of that bit was the preview zone, but I'm pretty sure this zone is complete as well. Don't quote me on that, by the way. But they definitely did not get this far. It's absolutely incredible. They've done amazing work here, just like with the landscape and stuff. Like, yeah, it cuts off on the map because it's all like real-time terrain sort of thing. That's how the map's sort of like generated. It's not like a Oblivion and Skyrim where it's all like artwork and stuff. This is actual like real-time land. But so unfortunately there's not really that much they can do about that. But yeah, it's incredible because that's like I always considered this to be big. Like, it's one of the smallest game worlds Bethesda's made, ironically, but because of how much stuff is packed into it, it just feels big. And again, like I said about the view distance, because of like the fog and stuff like that, it gives off the impression it's actually bigger than what it is. That's another reason, like, if they ever remastered this game, they do need to, like, it was actually a huge mistake of the San Andreas remaster that they did recently. There we go. And yeah, you see what I mean about the combat. Sometimes you miss, but because I've got, like, I think it's, what is it, 45 long blade, so I'm hitting pretty decent amount, like, I'm hitting a good fraction of the time, so it's not really anything frustrating, but it will be if I'd use, like, this dagger. So if I use this dagger, my short blade skill, which would be over here, 5, definitely would not be hitting anything. It would be incredibly frustrating. Knicker pants. Yeah, they look loads better, so we'll just nick them. In fact, we'll just nick everything, because I can carry it all and just sell it to Aurelia, can't I? Also, I apologise if it's a bit dark in here. I can see alright, but I'm not sure how this video is going to end up. Oh, actually, it's a bit dark in here. That's where the candle comes in. Oh god, that is one frustrating thing about Morrowind is the lighting isn't very good. Like, one cool aspect is you can use a lot of things like candles and lanterns and torches and things like that. Like, whereas in other future Elder Scrolls games, it's just torches. But in Morrowind, it's like loads of different lights. But the main issue is the lighting is just awful. That's not really made much of a difference. Oh god, didn't see you there. Oh, what are you running after me with? Looks like you want to afflict me with something. Oh, there we go. There we go. So he doesn't have that much. Dispose of his corpse. There's a bunch of slaves up here as well. I want to free. Do you have the keys of these braces? Will you let me go free? Yes, I will. Yes, Bedargo is free. You are a good friend of Bedargo. Oh, well, thank you, Bedargo. Let's free all these slaves.
Honored guest.
You honor me.
Yeah, for those who don't know, slavery is actually illegal in Morrowind. It's actually it was part of like the treaty when the Empire came and took over things. That was like part of the agreement. The Dunmer actually kept some of their traditions, which unfortunately slavery was one of them. So, but if you played Oblivion, they do actually abolish it. I believe Morrowind is set 6 years before, so 6 years later they will abolish it. And then the Red Year happens. And then the Argonians invade as like punishment or vengeance or whatever for all that slavery. I can't say I blame them, to be honest. Oh, that's another bandit. These are pretty easy to take out, but you need to be very careful with what caves you go into, because these bandits were pretty easy. This is just like a starter cave to get you like used to the idea of like going into like caves and stuff. But you don't want to just go willy-nilly into any cave, because that can be quite fatal. So we'll take all of this. Oh, it's a steel short sword. Never mind. I'm not going to be able to use that. That's technically a short blade, so it's going to be quite frustrating to use. Some gold though. Moon sugar, we'll leave that be because that's an illegal substance. Most merchants won't even accept it to trade with you if you're carrying it. Expensive skirts. I'll take that. Common skirt, common belt. Oh, another torch, could always use that. Just take all of this, avoid the immune sugar. Little tip, Khajiit generally tend to accept trades with moon sugar. So if you know like a... Oh, that didn't last very long. Okay. Same with skooma, illegal substance, most merchants won't accept trade, but Khajiit generally do. My character wants nothing to do with that, so we'll leave it be. We'll actually do a bit of role playing. There's also a secret passage behind here, but it's very dark, and I don't think you want to watch me wander through in pitch black. So we'll leave that be. There's not really that much in there anyway. There's just like I think there's a magical ring, with some shoulder pads, and a rat. I think that's it really. And an assault slave key. We've already got that, so not going to bother with that. Yes, magical scrolls, they tend to be worth a lot, so I'll take that. Sod it, we'll take it all. Oh, this is where things could get a bit cumbersome. So that'll weigh 15, that'll weigh 30, that'll over encumber me. We'll see what's in this barrel, nothing. Oof. Yeah, that's going to over encumber me. We'll just take all of this and sell it to Aurelia. As you can see, my running speed has slowed down drastically because of how weighed down my character is. But we'll just quickly pop back and sell all that. But yeah, I plan on, like I said, I plan on going through the main quest with this, so this will be a regular thing for me, uploading these videos and stuff. I'll try and make it around about every 2 days, 3 maximum, but on average about 2 days. Sometimes 1 day, if I've not got much going on, I'll play some Morrowind and upload it. But yeah, you know, Morrowind's 20 years old. I do want to celebrate it. And just basically have a good time. I'll probably consider live streaming it at some point as well. This episode will just be pre-recorded, but
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
yeah. Let's sell some things. That could be useful to have, actually. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Got a pretty decent amount of gold now.
Is there something I can do for you?
Save it again. There we go.
May I help you?
So yeah, I think I'm going to make my way. Right, so I could go from Pelagiad, or I could follow that river that I was talking about. But for old time's sake, I think I'm going to follow this path, just because it's been a while since I've gone down this way. It's probably been years since I've gone down this way. Usually, nowadays, I tend to just, if I'm going to walk down there, if I'm not taking a Silk Strider, I'll I'll walk through Pelagiad Way. Just do a bit of exploring. That's one thing about Morrowind. It has different regions as well, so it isn't all just this swamp here. There'll be other places as well to explore. Ouch. Little Tahio and his scrolls of Ascadian flight. He's got some extravagant. Ooh, an iron spark sword. Yep, we're having that. I'll dispose of your corpse. Journal of Tahio. Let's have a look. I believe I may have found the correct formula for the spell I am developing. With it, I will be able to travel great distances without the need to pay others for the service. If all goes well, I will test out the new spell tomorrow. I believe I have worked out all of the possible complications. It will allow me to leap great distances, covering many hundreds of miles. Never before has one been able to travel in this manner, vaulting from the ground, sailing through the sky, all without that terrible disorientation of a spell of flying. The time is almost upon me. My research is finished, and all of my calculations are checked and rechecked. They laughed at me when I suggested this. We'll see who laughs after I leap from the top of their towers and scream out my success. Well, Tario, looks like that did not go well for you. And I'll just do a quick save here just to show you exactly what the scroll does. Because just like every new player of Morrowind, you've just got to experiment, and I did this. So. Oh dear, my computer does not like this. And that's pretty much what happens to poor Tario. Now, and yeah, that's pretty much what happens. You can get like spells of Slowfall, or amulets and stuff like that. In fact, I did actually have a potion back there, a spoiled Slowfall potion. Shouldn't have sold that. I'd say hang on to these scrolls though. There's a very good reason for that, and it will be a very long time before I give you that reason, but trust me, it's a very good reason. Right, I'm going to rest for a bit, just to build my fatigue back up. There's ashy waste here as well. This is what natives call a foyarda, aka fire lake. It's basically where the lava comes in when Red Mountain erupts. That's why it's all like ashy and stuff. And yeah, there's another cave there. Also, another mistake that I made was going through that cave. Again, I'm going to show you exactly what happens. Because, yeah, straight off the bat. That's the first time I've beat him. Straight away. Steel broadsword. Oh yeah. saved it. Oh dear. Oof. I was not counting on her to come in. But yeah, some caves, like I said, they vary in difficulty. So normally it's that red guard who takes me out, but I managed to beat him. Well, only just. Yeah, I didn't have that much health left. But most of the time he kills me. So you do need to be very careful with what areas you approach, because I always recommend saving it before you enter any like caves or places that you have a bad feeling about. And yeah, this is the river I was talking about. So, well, this is the annoying part. Hold on, you read these signs here. Balmora isn't there, so you can't help but think to yourself, where's Balmora? This is why I got lost, because there's not a bloody signpost there. But you can just cross this. You can just keep following this river. So, and I'll show you actually. It's getting dark a bit, so we'll rest up soon. But yeah, you keep going. I think I'm going to make a stop at Algrim first, before we go down there. Just because, yes, there's the Balmora road sign. So yeah, I'm just like, oh right, okay, I'm on the right way. But yeah, you just don't ignore that bloody sign, because do not go through this swamp. Do not go any further than Ode, because it is absolutely demonic. Don't go through that cave either. I'm pretty sure that cave's trouble. Basically, when you're level 1, just stick to the road. Just stick to the road and you'll be fine. Mostly. Yeah, it feels good to be playing this game again, especially on its 20th anniversary. I absolutely love this game. Like I said, I know that it's not everybody's cups of tea with the the chance-based combat and stuff like that, but I just think it's a really good role-playing game. It's good to just pick a character and just write up a backstory and just play in the game with it. Yeah, this is Ode, just a tiny fishing village.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, Lunara Adventurous, I can tell you you're in Ode. And if you'll take a little advice, you won't be here long. Folks aren't very friendly here, and they don't like nosy strangers. No offense, Outlander. But if you don't know the Bitter Coast region, you might get yourself into trouble. Yeah. Believe me, I know. Let's have a look. The Bitter Coast region is named for the salt marshes and swamps along the southwest coast. The water is bitter, and so is life generally. Fair enough. It's mostly uninhabited wilderness from Sadenine to the south, all the way north to the West Gash and the Sea of Ghosts. Ode is a fishing settlement on the mainland near the mouth of the Odai River. There's a fair track along the river inland to Balmora. Normark is a fishing village on an island farther to the north, but both places are small, isolated and poor. Okay. Yeah, there's no way to like get a bed or anything in this village. It's very
Is there something I can do for you?
Ah yes, introducing bone mold armor, one of the most badass armors in the game. So yeah, I just have to go outside the city just for a bit and then just rest up. So it is getting dark, and I'm like I said before, I'm not too sure about what the video is going to look like. And the last thing I want is for people to just see me wandering around through pitch blackness. So we'll rest. We'll rest until about 7 o'clock in the morning, I think. Sometimes when you rest in the wilderness, some of the wildlife can interrupt your sleep as well. I got lucky that time. Nothing woke me up. Alright, so it's an early morning. Let's backtrack a bit, go down that river and head to Balmora. Wait, I am going the right way, aren't I? Yeah, right. Yeah, you just keep following this river. And eventually, you'll find yourself in Balmora. Yes, 10-year-old me would have really appreciated that advice. I think I lost a lot of patience with the game at first. Like, I will say the game does take a lot of patience to get into, but once you figured the game out, I just don't understand it. It's really good, really addictive. And part of the addiction is trying to learn the game as well. Well, at least it was for me anyway. Yeah, this is the Ascadian Isles as well. This is like a chunk of it, so you'll find like large mushrooms, and it's all like a bit more greener and vibrant. It's meant to be like the garden region of Vvardenfell. Might not look like much now, but it was really pretty back in the day. Yeah, that's an egg mine, I believe. Yeah. That's another mod I've got as well, by the way. Usually in vanilla Morrowind it just opens up the container menu, but I've decided to save a bit of time and install graphic herbalism. Another thing as well, when it comes to Morrowind mods, this community has been absolutely spectacular in keeping this game alive for the last 25 years. I'm absolutely amazed by the work that people have done for this game, just purely out of passion for this game as well. It's absolutely amazing just seeing some of the works that people have done. If I can recommend a channel, a YouTube channel, who I've been watching recently, it's a channel called Morrowind Modding Showcase, and he generally tends to like cover a lot of mods that have released recently and stuff like that. He's really good at that, and he's actually been releasing a lot of videos recently also to celebrate Morrowind's 20th anniversary. Yes, rain. Lovely. So we're just in time. This is Balmora. And yeah, there's another Silk Strider. I think 10-year-old me, I mean, I figured out the Silk Strider thing. That's pretty much how I found Balmora in the end. I was just like, oh, right, okay, you can take a Silk Strider. So I came in through that way. But I think if I had actually found Balmora, and I still had that, like, sort of weariness around Silk Striders, I think I would have been like, oh god, I've got to fight one of those things. Okay, I'm going to find another way around. So that would have been one more obstacle, purely because of my ignorance. Or I probably would have swam through here, to be fair. But again, there's not really that many ways I can get through there. I'd probably end up having to swim all the way through there, and then coming through that way. Yeah, so yeah, this is Balmora. It's a pretty big place in vanilla Morrowind. There's a few mods that expand it even more as well, but it is a pretty big place on its own. This is the South Wall Corner Club. Exactly where...
You've got the better of me, so go ahead.
Greetings, citizen. I'm Sotilda. Welcome to Balmora. We're a House Lolly town and loyal citizens of the Empire. What can I do for you? Cascades, where is he? The old Sugartooth? I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacola Colossius, the owner. He'll know. Okay.
Go ahead.
Bacola Colossius? Good day, I'm Bacola Colossius, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help. Yes. Tell me where Cascades is. Old Cars rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go to the front door, not the upper door to the terrace. Then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs, and down at the end of the street. Okay. So up the stairs, turn left, and his house is at the end here.
Greetings.
Greetings to you too. What? Yes, I'm Cascades, but what do you mean you were told to report to Cascades? What are you talking about? So, you say your name is Lunara Ventress, and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it? Yes? Yes, very interesting. So it says here that the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the Blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders, Lunara Ventress? Yes. Bit of a freeze there. Are we okay? Oh dear, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Good. Welcome to the service, Novice Lunara Ventress. Can't say my own character's name. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modder skills with our Blades trainers now, or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the Blades trainers. Why these Blades agents offer training, not for free of course, but cheap for fellow agents. Look for Rifleen, Tyra Malin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and Nine Toes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Sylrain, Leorian, I think that's how you pronounce the name anyway. In Aldrune, see Gildan, and Siorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Caldera. And Elone the Scout, who we talked to get directions to Balmora, can be found in O'Reilly's Trade House in Seydonin. So we'll just see. Okay, so these are just directions mostly. We'll just add them to our journal so then we know where to find them later on. Alright, with that said, we'll ask for orders. First thing, Pilgrim, you're new and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon, or armor, or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with a Fighters Guild, or Mages Guild, or Imperial Court, or Imperial Legion. Advance in ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on your own, look for freelance work, or trouble. Then, when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders for you. Okay, cool. Fighters Guild seems like a good start for my character, so the Fighters Guild is a professional organisation chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Idis Fireeye, the Balmora guild steward. She's new and I don't know her well. Perseus Mercius, the old ruined guild steward, I know and trust, but he only handles the higher ranking assignments. Yeah, there's plenty of factions to join in Morrowind as well. It's not just Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, which aren't joinable in Morrowind. It's the ones who are joinable are the Morag Tong, which are basically like the Dunmer equivalent. They're a legally sanctioned assassin organisation. And yeah, there's the Dunmer Temple, or the Tribunal Temple, the Imperial Court, the Imperial Legion. There's all sorts of factions in the Great Houses, of course. I think with my character I'm going to go with House Redoran. That just seems more fitting with her current personality, but yeah. We'll not do that just yet. We'll do some Fighters Guild stuff, and then yeah, we'll also pay a visit to the Blaze trainers. There's a couple here. There's Rifflin and so Rifflin lives up here. She's trains in
I like what I see.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome, novice Lunar Adventuress. Rifflin is my name, warrior is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice on Morrowind lore with a fellow blade. Or maybe you'd like to catch up on the latest rumours. We'll have a look what she says about Blaze trainers. Yes, we aren't trying to make a profit off our fellow blades. As you rise in rank, your discount increases. Still, we have to live and training isn't cheap. Well, basic skill training, if you don't know very much, can be pretty cheap. But advanced skill training, for example, in your major specialities, that can get expensive. Here, I don't use this cuirass and helmet anymore. Maybe you can get a few drakes for it and put them in your personal training fund. Yeah, I'll have to do that because they're heavy armour. What does she offer? Long blade, block and medium armour, all skills in which my character's specialised in. So I won't need that just yet. Let's ask her about the latest rumours. That's blue, so that'll have something new for me. I'm just a courier, delivery boy, follow orders and get paid. I don't know nothing, and I'm perfectly happy that way. Mate, you're a blade. Information should be your... Okay, fair enough. Alright. Thank you for the armour, I guess. She's also got a skill book here if she just moves to the side for a second. Thank you very much. The mirror, don't take it though, otherwise you'll get expelled. There you go, 3 block skill. And Tyre Malin.
You're in good company, friend. Welcome.
Basic skill training is cheap. We can give you discounts for higher ranks in the blades, and we keep our prices low, but advanced training is never cheap, even from us. Look, to get you started, here's my old alembic. Maybe you can get a few gold for it or use it yourself. Okay, thank you. I'm guessing you... Oh, right, okay, so you've given me an alchemy item, and alchemy isn't even a skill you teach, and yet you're selling potions and stuff. Okay, fair enough. Let's sell some of this. It doesn't buy it back, so fair enough. Nine Toes, who lives in here as well, and he's another Blaze agent. He's also got a skill book here besides his bed, so just open that up. Get an athletics increase. Good stuff. Ask him about Blaze trainers. The basics we can teach you won't cost much. Advanced training though, that's expensive. If you're already skilled, you're much harder to teach. Maybe I can help you out. Here's a little moon sugar on the house. You do know that trading moon sugar and skooma is against the law, and most alchemists and apothecaries won't buy it, but Khajiit generally will. Try Ajira at the Balmora Mages Guild, or Ravir, the trader in Balmora. Sell the sugar and start saving for training. My character's not into that, but okay, fair enough. I'm trying to update our maps of the Bitter Coast. There are no good maps of this area, period. Islands, mountains, swamps, lakes, rivers. It's impossible. I'm getting to know the swamps and waterways here, maybe as well as the natives. But I can't blend with the natives, and I'm useless in the West Gash or Ashlands. And I don't see why the maps are so important. Smuggling, maybe, but I'm wondering if they're thinking about landing and moving legions through here in case of trouble. He teaches athletics as well. And sneak, that's also a skill.
On outside, or is it inside? Is there something I can do?
Yeah, we'll head to this Mages Guild and offload this moon sugar. I think I feel comfortable selling it to an alchemist.
All right then, I'm listening.
Ajira, what brings you to Ajira's shop? Do you want to try the local brews? Need something to help in a fight? Some Talvani Bugmoss will bring you a mate, or a way to get those high places where your hands cannot reach. I just want to sell some things. It might be worth keeping the alembic. Especially since I want to start making potions once I'm skilled enough. So we'll sell this. 100 gold, easy 100 gold. I might just join the Mages Guild just to do some basic gathering quests and stuff like that, but I probably won't finish off the Mages Guild. I'll probably just be doing errands for them just so I can get a bit of extra gold. Move my laptop screen a bit.
Is there something I can...
Well, for the time being, I'll go into the Guild of Fighters and sign up and do a few quests. Idis Fire Eye. Well, speak up, Imperial. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? Yes, I am. You look like you could take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the Fighters Guild charter. Are you ready to sign up now? Yeah, sign me up. You are now Lunara Ventress, the associate in the Fighters Guild. Work hard, follow orders, and you'll do just fine. Seek me out if you feel you're ready for advancement. I'll take some orders off of you now. I have a very simple contract to end an infestation of cave rats. You might be able to handle it. Go to Vvardenfell's house. It's here in Balmora, along the river on the east side. Ask her where the rats are coming from. Kill the rats and get your payment from Vvardenfell. Report back to me once you've taken care of this. Okay. This guy's the blacksmith. He'll repair your stuff. Doesn't need that much repairing, but it's always good to maintain it. What does he train me in? Blunt weapon, heavy armor, and armor. Okay, I don't think I'm skilled in any of that. Yeah, I'll keep the daft helmet. You know what? I'll just keep it. I'll sell my iron saber and the armor as well. It's another 132 gold. I'm building up the gold. He's got greaves, but that stuff's proper thick compared to like. That's another thing I like about Morrowind as well. I a lot of the armor and stuff like that, you can tell some of it's there just purely for style. Like, it's not there for like stats or anything like that. It's literally just, oh, you're a Nord, so you can wear some Nordic fur, so you don't have to wear like, you know, the native bug armor. You don't have to do that. You can just go and get some Nordic armor instead, or you know, maybe some Imperial stuff. It's what I like about it the most. It's just, there's just so much style to choose from, and you can mix and match your armor as well, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna try and train in some archery as well, so then I can actually start using range combat. No, I'll just sell all
You
this.
seem to be doing all right for yourself. What can I do for you?
And of course, when you've joined, you can... Oh, another silly hat. Palladian fur helmet. And some restore health potions. Decent ones this time. 10 fatigue potions. 10 cheap restore health potions. Right, I'll just... I'll sell the stuff that I don't need. So the arrows. They can definitely go. The helmet can definitely go. Already got enough of them. I don't use them, so... Yeah, I've got well over 1,000 gold now. What are you training? Let's get some training. I can teach nothing more about that skill, okay. Block. You cannot train a skill or good... That's always bothered me a bit, how it's agility. That's the governing skill of block. I always thought it would be endurance. Morrowind's got some weird skill choices in terms of like what skill. In the perfect world, I'd say a skill ideally should have 2 governing attributes, I think. Just because then it'd be less of a nightmare to like... I know I've got a mod in that makes the leveling a little easier in terms of like building up your attributes. So basically you only need to train in the skill once to get the multiplier, but I have a reduced multiplier overall. So instead of like 5, it's just at 3. So that's just for training once, which I think is a decent payoff. But it can get frustrating just like building your character's skills up and, you know, trying to like maximize your training in that skill so then you can maximize the amount of attribute points you get when you level up.
Tidings and good wishes to you, friend.
Speaking of, oh god, see what I mean, just 3 there. But you can choose to have 5. I think the mod that I downloaded lets you pick like between 3, 4 and 5, and I just picked 3 just to make it a little bit more balanced, because I don't want to make the game easy, I just want to make the game a little bit more quality of life improvements. Like, I just wanted to introduce more stuff like that. So yeah. So we'll take care of these cave rats, and then I think that'll be a good stopping point for me.
Yes, sir. What do you want?
I believe it's this one. Nope. Okay. It's definitely one of these. There we are, Vvardenfell's house. Now you might remember the name Fellas if you played Oblivion.
I can tell.
Similar stuff really. Are you the one they sent to take care of the cave rats? Yes, I am. These rats are such a nuisance. I'm worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you, Lunara Ventress? Anyway, I've got one trapped in my bedroom here, and the other 2 are in my storage area upstairs. Rats, that is, not pillows. Here's the key for that door. There are at least 3 of these beasts. I hope they haven't gotten into my good pillows. And yeah, those that remember, in Oblivion, there was another woman. I can't remember her first name, but I believe she was also a Thalas, and she was actually obsessed with rats. Like she actually liked rats, and there was something that was killing her rats. Whereas this woman's just obsessed with pillows. Ow. That's 1. I'll even do the extra service of disposing of a corpse. There's another skill book here as well, by the way. Long blade. Seem to be getting lucky with these skill books. Oh, damn it, just hit the bloody rat. There we go. There we go. That's all the rats taken care of. And of course, if you're not an honest character, you can steal the stuff in here and not face any repercussions because nobody's watching you. Basket of pillows is bloody 20. Bloody hell. How many pillows do you need? That's like 76 pillows in here alone.
Yes.
You've got all these pillows in here as well. So how many pillows are there? Friggin' hell. It's a lot of pillows. Right. I'll take your word that the cave rats are dead. Here, take these 100 septims. It's what I agreed to pay the Fighters Guild. Okay. Thank you very much. And head back. Complete the contract.
Well met. Greetings. Aren't you a sight? What can I do for you?
So you killed the rats, Lunara? Not bad. For you. Are you ready for more orders? No, not just yet, because I think I'm going to call it at this point, because I think this is a good stopping point. I think I've probably played this for like an hour now, so yeah, I'll pick up where I left off. Let's say maybe in a couple of days I'll have another video ready, so if you're interested in watching me play more Morrowind, feel free to subscribe. I'll be posting more videos, and of course this might be a bit of a surprise to a lot of people, me just suddenly posting this Morrowind video out of nowhere, especially since I've got nothing but Halo videos on my channel, but yeah, I think I'll be posting a bit more varied stuff in the future. So I've got this Morrowind playthrough. I might play through the campaigns of Halo at some point as well and get them up there, because they're good games to go through, just in general. And then of course I've got my mower guides. You know, I'm going to be updating them every single week. So, do you mind? Anyway, I'm going to be updating those every single week. And yeah, I'll just be posting more videos in general. So yeah, for the guides, and if you're interested in this playthrough, feel free to subscribe. And so yeah, I'm just going to call it here. Oh, yep, did I save it? No, I did not, so I need to do that. Right, so yeah, this is where I'll call it. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, take care, everyone.